Hello students and welcome to today's 8th class social studies chapter 2 energy from the sun. So in the last class we were discussing and we were doing two activities. What were they? Remember identifying the different temperature of a day. So when we are noting the temperature, we have to note down the maximum and minimum temperature of a particular day. I told you to take the temperature for 1 week. So did you started this? If you have not, come on, let's start from today onwards. And what you have to do is every day you have to make a table, note a paper, and you have to note down the day on which you are noting the reading and the maximum temperature and the minimum temperature of that day. And you have to choose a particular time. For example, 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock you are taking. You have to take a particular time. In that time you have to note down the maximum temperature, the minimum temperature of that particular day. So like this you have to identify at least one complete month. Then how can we identify the average temperature of that month? Average, maximum and minimum temperature of that month. Even now we can see every day in the weather report we get the maximum and minimum temperature every day. Some of my clever students may say, teacher, I will just on a phone and I will identify the maximum and minimum temperature. So you are very smart students, I understand. So okay, if you do that also you will get the complete data of 1 month of maximum and minimum temperature of the particular area you are staying in. Okay then. At the end of the month, so you are going to take the reading of maximum and minimum temperature of a particular place. For example, we are staying in Hyderabad. So we take the maximum and minimum temperature of one complete month. Every day we will note down the maximum and minimum temperature and we will try to find out the average maximum and minimum temperature of that particular month. For example, January, February, March, April, every month temperature. Now at the end of the month, note down all the maximum temperature and calculate the average maximum temperature. So how to calculate the average maximum and minimum temperature, I will explain you here. Just listen carefully. By adding up all the maximum temperature. So I told you are noting here all the maximum temperature. So you have to add all the maximum temperature and divide the total by number of days. How many days? 10 days, 20 days, 15 days. How many days you do? You have to divide with the number of days. Then you will get the average temperature of average maximum temperature of that month. The same thing you have to do with minimum temperature also. What you have to do? You have to by adding up all the minimum temperature. Here you will take the minimum temperature, add all the minimum temperature and divide the total by number of days. How many days you have taken the reading? That many days if you divide you will get the average maximum and minimum temperature of that month. In this way we can get the average maximum temperature and average minimum temperature of that month. Now here you can observe in the textbook. If you have a textbook you can observe in that, otherwise you can observe here. Here I will show you in page number 25. You can observe here is the reading of Hyderabad. From the month of January, February, March, April up to the December, all the maximum and minimum temperatures are given here. Listen students, such kind of questions are very important in your exam. So see that you try to answer maximum of such tables on your own. Here are a few questions which are related to that table. For example, what are they? How cold does it usually get in November in Hyderabad? So you have to identify in November what is the temperature. So it becomes 28. So like this you are going to answer all the questions which are related to such tables. Government mostly prefer for giving tables like this. If we do in our classwork, it will become easy for us to write in our exams. So let's my all students you sit and do answers in your classwork. So like this we get the temperature of one place that we have chosen, Hyderabad. So do you think that the temperature of every month is same? Does it change? Yes, it changes. So you can see a particular place every day temperature changes, every month temperature changes, and if we compare the monthly temperatures, it is different. Now let us compare the temperature of a Hyderabad that with another place. Different places have different temperature. Different places have different temperature. For example, the same we are staying in Hyderabad and we took the readings of Hyderabad. So since Hyderabad is away from the sea, we can say it comes under continental climate. That means if it is hot, summer, it is extreme hot in Hyderabad. And if it is winter, we can experience the extreme cool of Hyderabad. Because it is away from the sea and the atmosphere maintains the temperature becomes extremes. That is the reason we call the climate of continental climate as extreme climate. Either it is extreme hot or extreme cool. So that is why. So now let us see how is the climate different from that of the places near the coastal region. So as you know, India have a long coastal line. A long coastal line like this. You can see like this. And we have a long coastal line that is the east coast and west coast. So we have many coastal regions which experience the extreme climate. The places like Visakhapatnam, Chennai and Goa, Mumbai, these all are the coastal regions. If you have went to that place, just remember, experience what kind of atmosphere, climate did you experience there. So it is very sweating and sticky, and the sweat doesn't get dry for a long period of time. Even if after taking bath also, we can feel the sweating in our body, very sticky, uncomfortable and very, you can say, salty. If you touch your skin, you feel the saltiness in your skin. So this is what the experience we feel at the coastal regions. That is, why is it like this? Because it is near to the sea. So as we have read in the last class, the water doesn't get heated immediately compared to the land. So here what is happening? The water, when it is heated, slowly becomes into water vapor. And hot water air droplets which are mixed in the air, they doesn't allow the atmosphere become dry. So that is the reason the climate near the coastal region, it is not extreme hot in the summer or it is not extreme cool in the winter. So we call it as a moderate climate, or we can say as humid climate. So where they experience the breeze from the sea. So that is the reason their climate is different than the continental climate. So places that are near the sea are meridian. So as I told you, near the sea. So every country maximum it has the sea coast and it experiences. And as we know, this climate is enjoyed by many people near the beaches. So summer time, most of the beaches are filled with the people. So here we can see then places far away from the sea. Here we depend upon the tanks for you can say for picnic, or there are artificial pools made here like swimming pool, and we call it, what is that, artificial waves. So to enjoy the cool chilly water atmosphere, here in the continental place we experience the artificial water bodies for the picnics and tourist spots. So like this we can experience our own self that how the climate is different in the two places. For this comparison, let us take one of the example of the average monthly temperature of Panaji. Panaji, which is near the coastal region. In the Goa, it is near Goa, Panaji. So here are the readings of Panaji. Can you observe here? Average monthly temperature of Panaji, which is in Goa. You can observe the maximum and minimum temperatures and compare this with Hyderabad. You will come to know the difference between just make a table of Hyderabad and Panaji and note down the maximum temperature of Panaji and minimum temperature of Panaji, maximum temperature of Hyderabad and minimum temperature of Hyderabad. Like this, you can differentiate between the temperatures of Hyderabad and Panaji. And you have to answer the question and answer which are here in all the textbooks, and this kind of exercise will help you to further better understand the answering of different tables which are given in the lessons. So here you can observe one of the graph reading. If you are having graph at your home, please make the note down of such graphs in your notebook and write down the readings on it. Here they have used blue color for maximum temperature and red for minimum temperature. So you can do the same thing in your notebooks also. As I told you, the climate near the meridian is known as a moderate climate. So therefore, places near the sea usually have a temperature that remains fairly constant throughout the year. They have what is known as a moderate climate. So you can see here, there is no moderating influence of the sea in Hyderabad. Why it is not there? Because it is away from the sea. Okay, in the summer the ground temperature rises and these heat the air. In winter the ground, because of the land get heated, as I told you, the air get heated and the entire air become dry and hot. So in winter the ground temperature falls and the air is also cool. So this cool air again makes the atmosphere cool. This is called as extreme climate. So you can just underline what is moderate climate and what is extreme climate. It is there in your textbook. So we have done with this in this class. I have given many activities for you to do. Write the question and answers which are provided in the textbook. If it is not there, make a table of your own, but you have to do the homework so that you can better learn. See you again in the next class.